Well, over the RaceSaver has been heard, going green out of 4. So, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. It's going to be a fun ride as Smithfield Foods Night is live. As they fired off down in turn 1, it's going to be Top Gun Gunner Pike, but there is the 43 of Jake Greenwood. Greenwood going to the whip, trying to keep up with Pike, but Pike's starting to pull away just a little bit. Look out for third, though, as Superman has parked himself into P3 as of right now. It is Pike, followed by Greenwood, Snyder, Hausman, and Holloman. As we're going to complete another lap, that's going to be 2 down, 6 to go. Superman has caught up to Greenwood. Hausman was on the back tail tank of Snyder for a moment. But it's going to be Snyder once again knocking on the back tail tank of the 43 of Jake Greenwood, the Woodward, Iowa driver. Again, Pike followed by Greenwood, who's under pressure from Snyder. Hausman and Holloman round out the top 4 or 5. As we are coming down to 6 laps to go. I'm sorry, 6 laps down. 2 laps to go. Heat race number 1 is still all Top Gun Gunner Pike. Pike managed to pull off the victory, and he said he was so shocked. That's why he had no emotion in victory lane. Promised if he won again, though, he was going to jump up on the wing, have someone toss him 2 bears and do the Stone Cold Steve Austin move. We'll see if that happens, as he is already on his way to a heat race victory. Can he parlay that into a feature victory? Brian Broderson drops the checkers, and Gunner Pike is going to win. Jake Greenwood will be second, Stu Snyder third, followed by Mike Hausman Jr. and the 19 of Tad Holloman. So once again, we'll be giving those away here in just a little bit. So once again, it's Klabundy and Drucke, row 1, Miller and Spora, row 2, Casey Fredrickson bringing up Tail and Charlie. As the RPMs come up, Brian Broderson drops the green, and we are racing. It is going to be the Duke, Tyler Drucke, wasting no time getting himself up into the lead. Casey Fredrickson up in that second place spot. That's going to put your pole sitter, Brett Klabundy, back to third, as Shadrick Spora and Matty Miller are going to round out your top 5. They're going to drive back down the front stretch as 1 lap down, 7 to go. And Tyler Drucke already an 0.8 of a second advantage. Are you kidding me? As Casey Fredrickson just trying to hold on to any sense of hope to try and keep up with the Duke. Drucke, regular down at the Eagle Raceway. He is looking for one thing this year in 2023. That is a national title. Anything less will not be tolerated. And he is putting on one heck of a show so far, as he's now extended out to 1.4 seconds over Fredrickson. Klabundy, Spora, and Miller round out your top 5. We're going to be coming down to the cross flags this time by 4 down, 4 to go. Your second and final heat of your IMCA RaceSaver Sprint Car is brought to you by Mark Hansen's Rex Chevrolet. As Drucke just keeps extending the lead now out to 1.6. How about 2.092 seconds for the Duke, Tyler Drucke? They pretty much strung themselves out just a bit. As green flag is up in the air, 2 laps to go in the hands of chief starter Brian Broderson. White flag now out 3/8 of a mile, and the Duke's going to have another heat race victory on his hands. He's going to slide through 1 and 2, absolutely holding a pretty wheel. Fired off down the backstretch through 3 and 4. The Duke does it. Tyler Drueke picks up a heat race victory. Casey Fredrickson will be second. Brett Klebundy third. Chadrick Spora fourth. And Ms. Maddie Miller will round out the top 5. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your first heat race in your IMCA Sunoco late models presented by Malvern Bank. First of 2 heat races. On the pole from Ralston, that is a 35 of Cale Kaziski to his outside. From Lincoln, that is a 6 of Cade the Kid Richards. Chase Osborne, Don Beckstrom, row 2. Aiden Moore, Corey Dumpert, row 3. Zach Zeitner, Levi Plowman, row 4, and we are green. This is an absolutely stacked field, folks. You've got a Kaziski. You've got the youngest IMCA National Rookie of the Year. You've got a Zeitner and a 4-time national champ all in this one heat race. And it is Cade Richards with the early advantage. As, I don't see a Corey Dumperts out there on the field. Cade Richards out to just under a 1-second advantage. Followed by Cale Kaziski, Zach Zeitner, Chase Osborne, and Don Beckstrom, your top 5. Levi Plowman and Aiden Moore round out your field. Of course, that number 6, famous number 6, Al Humphrey, legend in the Nebraska racing scene, owns that car. And the orange one, which is a super late model, he has put a lot of drivers in those cars and started off their careers. Oh, we got problems. 76 of Zach Zeitner, way off the pace as the entire field's going by. Caution is out. Not sure what happened to Zeitner, but he is slow rolling through 3 and 4. Oh, we got him bottlenecked there for a second. Brian Broderson's going to let it go. We're going to be coming down for 2 laps to go this time out of turn number 4. And again, Cade Richards is checked out and halfway back to Lincoln right now as he is going to come screaming by. 1.4 seconds the difference between him and Cale Kaziski as they're going to be coming down to the white flag this time by. In the hands of Chief Starter Brian Broderson. Richards with a stranglehold on this heat race. Barring anything wonky happening, he is going to be gone. Coming out of turn number 4, Cade Richards with the heat race win. Cale Kaziski in second, Chase Osborne in third, Donnie Beckstrom in fourth, and Levi Plowman rounds out the top 5. Interesting side story about Cade Richards at the US 30 Speedway in Columbus last night. He started mid-pack outside the top 10, worked his way up to second before losing a left rear tire. Ended up going into the pits, getting it fixed, starting in the tail. Still sliced and diced his way through a heavy stacked pack to finish third. The kid's a wheelman, folks. What can I say? Row number 3 to the inside from Omaha. That's 36 of Drew Baker to his outside. From Omaha, the 6K of Roger Elliott. Your fourth and final row is going to see from Omaha, the 22 of Jake Jorgensen. And from Blair, Nebraska, the 78 of Logan Clout. RPMs come up, and we're back to late model racing at the Crawford County Speedway on Smithfield Foods Night. It's going to be Tracy Haar, had a bad run of bad luck last night at the US 30 Speedway in Columbus. Ended up spinning out. He is now here at the Crawford County Speedway battling for the lead. As it's going to be Robbie Jorgensen, followed by Tracy Haar, AJ Jorgensen, Mark Plowman, Drew Baker. Your top 5. Jake Jorgensen, Roger Elliott, and Logan Clout are going to round out the field as Logan Clout, a little bit squirreled up, but he gets her back going straight. We're going to stay green. Don't forget, folks, thanks to Smithfield Foods, elevated payout through the entirety of the top 10 of all A features tonight. And to top that all off, the stock cars with a hard charger bonus in all classes are draw-redraw tonight, which is going to make things very interesting. Cross flags, 4 down, 4 to go this time by for Robbie Jorgensen, who has built up a 2.3 second lead over the 21 of Tracy Haar. Logan Clout, he's going to call no joy, pull it pit side. He is done for the heat race. We'll see him back out in the feature a little bit later on tonight. Robbie Jorgensen, he is on a Friday night cruise right now as he is going to see the green high in the air. 2 laps to go. Correction, make that 1 to go as the white flag is in the air. Robbie Jorgensen in firm control of the heat race. 4.054 seconds is the margin of the lead right now as he's going to come through 3 and 4. Robbie Jorgensen takes heat race number 2 of the late models. Tracy Haar in second, AJ Jorgensen in third. Then it's Drew Baker and Jake Jorgensen rounds out your field. "11 cars, 20 laps. Who's going to park in Available Equipment Victory Lane on Smithfield Foods tonight? We're going to find out as the sprint cars are live. As they fired off down into 1 and 2, it is going to be the Duke Tyler Drucke with the early advantage. Top Gun Gunner Pike in second, followed closely by the 5 of Superman Stu Snyder. It's going to be Shadrick Spora in fourth, and the battle is on for fifth with Greenwood and Labundy. Is going to be Greenwood taking over that 5th place spot. Here comes Stu Snyder looking to the inside of the 25 of Top Gun Gunner Pike. He's going to go to the inside. Can he get it done? No! Pike fights back on the outside. Pike will hold him off. Tyler Drucke with a 1.2 second advantage right now. As I said during the heat race, I got to interview Tyler Drucke down at Eagle Raceway early in the season. He said the one thing he's never done is gotten an IMCA RaceSaver Sprint Car National Championship. Nothing short of the championship will do. So right now he is trying to work on getting that national title. But Gunner Pike, who's sitting second right now, also up there in the points as well. So you got 2 of the contenders for the national championship battling 1-2. And of course, Stu Snyder always strong every time he unloads that 5. Shadrick Spora won a couple weeks ago. Jake Greenwood, the 2021 track champion. That is your top 5 right now. We are 5 laps down, 15 laps to go in your IMCA RaceSaver Sprint Car A feature presented by Mark Hansen's Rick Chevrolet. on Smithfield Foods Night. Drucke picks off another lap. This time it's a 1.993 second advantage. Back to Gunnar Pike, who looks like he might be under fire from Stu Snyder once again. Stu starting to mount a charge back to try and get around the young hot shoot from South Bend, Nebraska. Of course, we talked about it earlier as well. Gunnar Pike always wanted to pick up that first RaceSaver Sprint Car feature victory ever since he got into this class. Finally got it accomplished a few weeks ago right here in Denison. It's not going to be very much longer, and Tyler Drucke is going to end up getting into lap traffic in the form of Ms. Maddie Miller. Miller on the low side, Drucke on the high side. Now they're going to switch. Miller to the high side, Drucke to the low side. Drucke will dispense with Maddie Miller, and he will head on to Jacob Dye, the next one on the hit parade. 2.372 seconds, the margin of lead right now for Tyler Drucke. Back to Gunnar Pike is Pike and Snyder will now come up on Maddie Miller. Field fairly strung out as we are just past halfway, 11 laps down, 9 laps to go. Once again, it's Tyler Drucke, followed by Gunnar Pike, Stu Snyder, Shadrick Spora, Casey Frederickson in your top 5. Jake Greenwood, Mike Hausman Jr., Brett Klabundy, Tad Holloman, Jacob Dye, and Maddie Miller round out your field as Pike and Snyder both get around Miller. But now Snyder is mounting his charge as he wants that second place spot from Pike. Meanwhile, Tyler Drucke now coming up on Jacob Dye. And very shortly past Dye is going to be Holloman and Klabundy. As the battle for second, he's starting to heat up with 6 laps to go. Drucke will get around Dye, now sets his sights on Holloman. Little bobble by Snyder that allows Pike to get away from him once again. 15 laps down, 5 laps to go in your IMCA RaceSaver Sprint Car feature presented by Mark Hansen's Wreck Chevrolet on Smithfield Foods Night. As Tyler Drucke now gets around Holloman and sets his sights on Klabundy. Margin right now, first to second, 2.964 seconds and climbing. Drucke has put 2 lappers between him and Gunnar Pike. 3 laps to go. Oh, yellow. Oh, and it's Casey Frederickson with problems on the 2 cars. He's going to slow way down in turn number 2. Oh, boy. We are going to be going green this time by. Can Tyler Drucke hang on for 3 more laps? Or can Gunnar Pike pull off his second win of his career? Can Stu Snyder, who has been a regular down in Van Wall Equipment Victory Lane, take another trip down there? What about Spora? He won 2 weeks ago. Greenwood, former track champion here. Hausman, former track champion here. Klabundy looking for his first. We're going to find out as 3 laps to go. We're back to green. Oh, and Gunnar Pike took a look to the inside, but all for naught as right up on the cush on the high scary side, Drucke comes flying out of turn 2 and down the backstretch like he was in a rocket ship. 2 laps to go and already a 1.2 second lead. Brett Klabundy worked his way up to 5th around Hausman. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Hausman trying to battle right back. Can he get back by him? It is Drucke coming through 3 and 4. The Duke's going to do it. Tyler Drucke will pick up the win in the IMCA RaceSaver Sprint Cars presented by Mark Hansen's Wreck Chevrolet on Smithfield Foods Night. Druki wins. Gunnar Pike second, followed by Stu Snyder, Shadrick Spora, and Brett Klabundi. That'll round out your top 5. Aiden Moore in the 8 and Roger Elliott in the 6K make up row number 6 with Zach Zeitner, Mark Plowman in row number 7, Logan Cloud, Corey Dumpert, row number 8. Ladies and gentlemen, they don't want to stop, so get up and on your feet and give them some love. Your IMCA Sunoco late models parade and wave, brought to you by Malvern Bank on Smithfield Foods Night. "16 cars, 20 big laps. You've got the youngest national rookie of the year. You've got a 4-time and defending national champion in the field and a stack pack of hungry hounds. Who's going to win? We're going to find out in 20. We are green. And it's going to be Chase Osborne to the early advantage. He's going to bring Tracy Hart with him. Here comes Cade Richards. Hart and Richards split high and low respectively on the 33 up Beckstrom. At the line, it's going to be all Chase Osborne, followed by Tracy Hart, Kate Richards, Robbie Jorgensen, and Drew Baker rounding out the top 5. Unfortunately, the 76 of Zach Zeitner not making the call, is the car definitely having some issues, and he unfortunately will not be in the A-Main tonight. Oh, we got a new player in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Robbie Jorgensen just put himself into 3rd. Oh! Kale Kaziski tries to knock the wall down in turn number 3. And Tracy R spins. So does the 41 of Jorgensen. You've got to be kidding me. Kale Kaziski will start on the low side. Going green out of turn 4 this time by. We're 2 laps down. 18 to go. Your IMCA Sunoco late models presented by Malvern Bank on Smithfield Foods Night. We're back to green. They're going to sling it back down into turn 1. Kale Kaziski looks to the inside of the 14 of Osborne. Nothing shaking bacon. However, Kaziski will take sole possession of 2nd. Oh, he slides up, shuts the door, basically wipes the nose of the 6 of Richards. Richards able to turn back down the hill, but not able to get the spot. As it is Osborne, Kaziski, Richards, AJ Jorgensen, Drew Baker, your top 5. Corey Dumpert now up to 6th, trying to go to the high side of Baker. That would put him in the top 5 for the first time tonight. Remember, Corey Dumpert had issues in his heat race, was not able to make the call. Started tail end on the field. He is now up to 5th and wholesale gaining ground on the 47 of Jorgensen. As we've got the 9P of Mark Plowman. He is calling no joy, pulling the pit side. He is going to be done. Kaziski and Richards still battling it out side by side for 2nd and 3rd. Last lap, Kaziski at 2nd. This time, give it to Richards. The kid, Cade Richards, now up in that 2nd place spot. Kaziski is in danger of losing 3rd to Jorgensen. They're going to battle side by side. Right behind them, knocking on the door, is the defending national champ, Dumpert. Problems for Tracy Hart, the 21, off the pace down to the inside of the backstretch. Will he be able to make it into the infield? And yes, he will. We will stay green. Corey Dumpert now around AJ Jorgensen. That is for 4th. He is already going to work on Kale Kaziski for 3rd. But I'll tell you right now, Chase Osborne has been holding a pretty steady wheel this whole feature so far. Troubles for the 41 of Robbie Jorgensen. He is done as he pulls it down to the infield. Osborne with Richards and Koziski knocking around the back door. Just a slight bit behind them is Dumpert, as he is looking for a way to possibly pull off a feature victory tonight and extend his national points lead. Getting around Cale Koziski will help, as he is now up to third, going after Richards for second. Just past halfway, it's Chase Osborne, followed by Cade Richards, Corey Dumpert, Cale Koziski, AJ Jorgensen, top five. Then it is Drew Baker, Jake Jorgensen, Don Beckstrom, and Levi Plowman, as well as Aiden Moore, Roger Elliott. All of them are rounding out your field. Battle still raging for second and third. Dumpert trying to get around Richards to get a shot at Osborne. Richards saying, no way, champ, you got to get through me to do it. Neither driver giving the other one any quarter. This time, Dumpert punches his ticket to Slide Job City. That is second. Now he's going to work on the leader. We got a battle for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. 6 laps to go. Osborne by 1.166 seconds. Had the lead that time by. Dumpert had the lead coming out too, but Osborne able to battle back. Get a little bit better by on the high side. Oh, we got problems. The 6K. That is Roger Elliott slow. Looks like he will make it off the track. Meanwhile, click, click, boom, got him. New leader, Corey Dumpert. Dumpert with the lead by half a second right now, as he's starting to pull away from Osborne. Robbie Jorgensen now getting him, AJ Jorgensen now getting himself up into that third place spot, going after Osborne. That is for second, while Cade Richards will fall back to fourth. Not sure if he burned his tires up a little bit in that battle with Dumpert, but now he's back in the clutches of Koziski. That was the battle for fourth and fifth. Meanwhile, AJ Jorgensen, new second place runner. We're going to be seeing 2 laps to go this time by. As the white flag comes out one more time around. He has won the last 4 IMCA national titles. He has a drive for 5 going in 2023, and he's going to take the win in Crawford County. Corey Dumpert wins, AJ Jorgensen second, followed by Cale Koziski, Cade Richards, and Chase Osborne round out your top 5.